We could go back to the planet and maybe take a look at the LCDs there.
Sure.
Or do you think it's better to do that on a ship or something like that?
Anywhere you want. I mean, LCDs have uses everywhere. I love that script. So,
It's just on the planet we can leave our helmets open and don't have to worry about suffocating at any point.
yeah, that's nice. Speaking of which, do you want me to leave the bottles here
No,
or?
I
Okay.
can make more bottles.
Oh, yeah, good point.
One thing about having beam drills and all that stuff is that the amount of resources you have is relatively high, and,
Yep.
and that's a good thing. Um, yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, let us have the world load in. Although it is faster, it is definitely faster. My
yeah, it's
people,
already loaded for me.
yeah, my people will have to endure low quality textures again. I didn't bring them up again. I normally when I play and watch videos next to it, I just go down to the lowest settings so that yeah, I don't use up all the memory for space engineers. And then my game and Chrome work then a bit better together if I'm on the low settings. And so I'm normally doing that, and my people will have to endure having low settings for a moment.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has a problem with that.
Nobody sees that, and
No.
space engineers. It's funny. The low settings are so nice that it is okay to look at it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've never had a. I lowered. It was funny. I had a friend that could barely run Space Engineers, and so I run them at. I actually run them pretty high, but for my friend, I had to lower him down, and we lowered him down to almost nothing. And I looked back and
Okay.
forth, and I was like, it doesn't look that much different.
No, it's not too. That you can see it in the planetary surfaces and all that stuff, but for the rest,
Yeah, it's a little
everything's
bit here
fine.
and there.
And again, I'm not a lot on the planets, so I'm thinking, I had to remove one of my ships. Do you know the script? The mod author wrote into my comments, and it was very very cool because the mod author made a script that uses thrust vectoring basically. So it turns you put thrusters on rotors and set
Oh
up this script,
yes,
and then when you start it automatically turns the rotors to slower your speed down and all that stuff.
yeah.
And
He's a genius.
it is absolutely genius. He contacted me and said it was nice to see that I had fun with this mod, and I was, what the. You did a brilliant job. You can only have fun with it. I didn't get it to run completely, and he was sorry about that and was basically informing me, here, there's a new version, take a look at this. And it works now, but I recently crashed the ship, and now I had to
Oh
remove it.
no.
I will have to revisit that again because the mod is so brilliant, or the script is so brilliant.
Yeah.
I know that you guys that don't use a lot of mods make a distinctive or a very you have this very thing
They're very
about
different.
scripts are not mods. Okay.
Yes, they are not.
Okay. You brought me to scripts that my people a lot of my viewers always said use this and that script for that to do this don't know, automatic airlocks, Tim and all that stuff. Always here there's auto sorting scripts and whatsoever, and I always said, I'm not into the scripts. Your channel brought me to the scripts because you showed, okay, here, set up the script in this and that way, done. And I was, oh, that's easier than I thought.
Yeah. That was a lot of people have said that I brought them to actually starting to use scripts because they look scary. Like especially when you like read the instructions for how to. It's like, whoa, I don't want to do all that stuff. And then, but you actually try it, and oh, that's easy.
Yeah, it's relatively easy.
Yeah, and then there's so many people that have made so many amazing scripts that like things like Tim and automatic LCDs. That's just like such a lifesaver. There's just so many awesome things.
Yeah,
that you can do.
Tim is absolutely brilliant because
Yes.
one thing I always had big problems with is this that it refineries get completely clogged up with ores, and
Yeah.
that was
I saw that coming. I do that so often. I hate
Yeah,
that.
you-
Why can't they on the model for the LCDs? They
Yeah.
need to put like an up arrow or something.
yeah
so
something
that it's really
something
clear.
like that.
Because I don't know how many times I have placed more LCDs than I actually have ever used.
We-
like, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just
If we just complain about that for a long time, they hopefully
still won't happen.
They hopefully will do that at one point. There is things on the sides. Take an LCD, and then take a look at the left and the right side. There is these small dots on the left and the right side that show at least where up and down should be. Or let us take a look at it.
Okay, let me see. I've got one in front of me here.
So there's on the sides there's the brackets or something like that that you can see. Yeah, here, see these brackets on the sides. I'm pointing towards them.
okay,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
see
yeah, I
them
see
in the
those.
model. The problem is you can only see where that something is up or down. Now you can see. I have the
Yes. So you know what I used to do before I put in the clear LCDs mod.
yeah.
What I would do is I would switch to a wide. Oh, and before they made an update, I would switch to the wide LCD. And the wide LCD, the extra piece is always on the right, or it's left. But when I'm placing it against a wall. But the problem is, they made it so that when you switch between versions, it no longer keeps the rotation. And then I also put in the clear LCDs, which separates them out. So, so that's no longer a useful thing. It just. Yeah,
I
it's
hope
a
I
pain.
have the.
But
the
at least-
right orientation.
Well, those two in the lower left.
yeah,
are wrong.
they are wrong, but I hope that these are right now. So we only have to.
Okay.
I hope it's one thing we talked about
Yay.
we talked about the glass, and I for the longest time had problems with the glass. The glass didn't show where is the darker and where's the lights, where's the dark and where's the light side. So
With the flat ones, it's not hard. It's with the angled ones that it's a pain.
it's with
the
the
flat-
flat ones. It's there is this arrow, but I never.
Oh, I don't.
really,
What arrow? I just do it by invert. Like when the flat ones, the when it's inverted, they then so like because there's the inverted and the normal ones, right? And so with the normal ones, the clear is on the outside of the cube.
Yeah.
And with the inverted ones, the clear is on the inside of the cube. But on the angled, there's no inside and outside, right?
Yeah,
So you can't tell.
There is no inside, there's no outside. Biggest problem, now we could have it upside down again. Let us see. I have
And the stupid auto rotation thing.
yeah, that's
just makes me want to scream as well.
Oh, that's the worst thing. It's we will
get it
just
someday.
remove this one and not use it.
You don't even need that one.
No.
Just 5 is enough.
Yeah, it's the thing with the glasses that at one point they put in a way to see where is the inside, where's the outside, so you could
Ooh,
see
nice.
it. So then they made updates to the glass because the glass was resource heavy, and they took that away again. And a few updates ago, they reintroduced that. This is maddening. Sometimes,
Wait. Are you saying it's in right now?
yeah, it's in right now. It should.
Okay.
No. Let me correct that. It should be in right now. It should be in right now. So at the moment, you should be able to see where the inside and the outside of glass is. And you have to get the right things, because I have glass mods in, and the 1, 2, 3 panels and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I found the original, and you're right. You can tell now.
Yeah.
There's a clear side and there's a dark side.
Yes. And
That's nice. Okay. I haven't put in any windows since that update, so
you should. It's
yeah.
now you can
So
work
much
with
easier.
now you can work with Windows, and
yeah, I've got to try this with an angled one, because those are always the ones that drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Is the angled ones, and oh yes, you can tell on the angled ones. That's so nice.
I found that out.
I could make things so much faster.
I found that out while I was building this tower there, and the glass I've put in there, and the I was so happy about that, because they brought it back. They had it, took it away from us, brought it back again. It's like the ladders, but the ladders at the moment, we didn't test if the ladders are in. Let us do that.
Oh, because yeah, that's right. They were showing somebody climbing ladders, but I think that was the old version that comes
it must
with the
be
deluxe.
old version. There is no
edition.
ladders in here, so
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So that deluxe edition that just came out, at least looks better than the Medieval Engineers Deluxe Edition, which is literally just the game with the soundtrack.
yeah, the old version weren't you able to get it anyways?
Get what anyway?
The
soundtrack?
no, the old version isn't there. No,
I have no idea.
I don't know. I will take a look. I will take a look if the discount for the people that already have Space Engineers is very, very good, and then I will think about getting the deluxe version. I'm a bit disappointed that they don't, for their longtime supporters.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's completely okay. It's sad that we don't have the letters anymore. Now this deluxe edition with this old-timey Space Engineers has the letters, and we don't get it? Why?
That has to be. I mean, they're not going to. I don't want to say get away with it, because that makes it sound like they're the enemy or something, and
Yeah.
they're not. They're trying, but there are times where I kind of, I don't know. Everybody's going to have a different priority, and what, I go and look at comments, and there's one person always screaming, "Why are you adding new features when you should be fixing bugs?" And then somebody else screaming, "Why are all you do? You haven't added any new features in a really long time. Why are you wasting time on the bugs?"
That's a problem these early access games have always. The community surrounding them. We saw that with Minecraft. The people were crazy about there's bugs and you have to fix it. We need more features. We need more, and people started to demand stuff. And I always try to.
That's a whole different. Yeah,
I always
can't demand.
Try to take myself out of that, and I'm very, very careful when it comes to Keen Software House doing that, because Keen is doing an amazing job bringing.
They are
trying to not bring too many new features at the moment, but bringing in bug fixes, trying to make the game better and better and better, and giving us all the support we need for mods, for whatsoever. And people that start to not hate on them, but constantly this, why are you not fixing this? And you should fix this, and you should do this. They are doing an amazing job. Let them do what they are doing. But some things you have to criticize. When it comes to stuff like, again, the Windows, why do you give us a feature, take it away from us? Okay, now now you have brought it back. That is really, really nice because, again, it works now. Amazing. And I hope they keep that. But the letters is another thing, that we now have to install a mod to get letters. And now the deluxe edition with the old-timey space engineers gets meteors again, and they are close. Oh,
But you got guns here,
yeah, I that's.
and you have plenty of ammo.
I feel safe here now. The letters is a thing where I only have to say people or Keen Software House, sorry, but could you bring back letters? If you bring it into this old-timey version, why can't the new-timey version, the most up-to-date version, not have letters?
Yeah.
Let us take a look at the LCDs.
They are going to have a lot of complainers, I guarantee, on the if they bring out because they showed ladders in that video, they're gonna have a lot of people just screaming bloody murder if they don't bring it in.
yeah. Especially people that come in new to the that come new to the game, basically, and see, okay, there's letters. Why don't I have letters? I knew that there were letters, that they went away, and we never got them back. Now, please, letters again. Sorry, Keen, but letters. We need them. We don't have elevators, although now with the updates they made to the pistons, we could now try to get elevators and all that stuff again. So maybe we don't need the letters. I want letters. I was happy. I saw there was. It's like the energy transmitting stuff. Someone brought in a letter mod, and I was letters. Amazing. I want letters, and I got my letters. But it would be nice if they were integrated into the game. So now we are talking for hours, basically, and we should do something in-gamey here now, and maybe. Again, I wanted to have you here also for the LCDs, because you seem to have a bit more knowledge about the LCDs than I have. And now that they changed the way how the LCDs work with the custom data and all that stuff, I kind of really want to get into them. You have all these LCDs on your ships that tell you, the stop time. We talked about that, and one of the things is these modifiers. How do they work? And do you have some and do you have some
What?
something happened there? Do you have some tips what LCD things could be good for a world? Do you have some insight into maybe don't use these things because they're useless or something like that?
For the most part, there's a few. When it comes to the automatic LCDs, it all comes down to what you want to know, and if you want to know something, automatic LCDs will probably tell you. It's just a matter of getting the command right. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I don't know why this one hasn't done what I wanted it to do. I'm not sure if I typed something wrong or what, but I know I got that wrong.
I will take a look at this.
But this lower right one there is supposed to be showing something. Are you sure you're using the latest version? No, it's still.
It should be up to date, so the script should auto update. I'm not sure.
No, scripts do not auto update.
Ooh, okay. Then let me edit this. Browse workshop.
And there's two versions.
I have the automatic LCDs 2 in here.
Okay, that one. And there's only one version of that as far as I know. I don't.
Let me refresh the scripts, and then I will edit that again and
Also, automatic LCDs too. Do you know it's not a 1 second timer that he wants, right? Like,
Oh, does he?
he wants a constant timer.
Okay, then let us change
The
that.
old one was 1 second, but the new one automatically handles it. So basically, if the script is starting to lag your server or something like that, or if it's going over the script complexity limits that Keen has, then the script will basically, when it gets triggered, it'll see that and it won't update any screens.
Okay. So
So
I need instead
yeah,
of the start, I need trigger now, or I need both.
yes. Well, you need both because if you just do trigger now, then the next time you load the world, it won't start up. You'll have to actually manually start it. So you put in both because one starts it when the world starts, the other one keeps it constantly triggering.
Okay. Okay, then that should give me a sec. Trigger now. I hope.
It's interesting. It
Yeah,
doesn't
now
think this
now
one's
it
even.
should have started. Or give me a sec.
I think I might have typed something wrong on this. Let me do this again.
Trigger now. It's not starting the timer.
Well, wait, no, it probably is.
It doesn't show the time on the right side. It normally.
Well, when you're doing a trigger now, it won't. It might.
But I have set it up to start and to trigger now.
Okay.
So it
I'll see.
should
I'm just gonna look at your
show the
settings.
time anyways. There's a timer block that's timer
What
LCDs,
is-
so that should be. Take a look at that if you.
What is all of this? Is a modded block. Holy cow.
There is a mod behind that for the for this thrust
Yes,
mod.
okay.
It's just a control
Yes.
module, so it's separated from the normal timer.
Okay.
So it shouldn't influence all the normal timer operations.
Except for where's the... Oh, there it is. I'm just being blind.
What did you mean?
I'm just looking at your configuration to make sure it's what I expect.
The control module.
And they have this...
The control module is a nice mod because it basically makes key inputs possible. So things trigger when keys are pushed, and that is for programmable blocks, I think, and for timers. You're able to. That's why this thrust vector mod is able to use the normal fly buttons to fly your thing there. Why is it
Yeah, I
not
watched a whole video
triggering
on
that?
it.
Could it be something with the because multiplayer or something like that?
I don't know. I haven't had this problem before. This is very odd.
Let me take a look at it again.
One thing I wish he would add into his script is debug information, like Tim has.
Yeah, it's at the moment it is definitely a timer. It's definitely a timer issue because the timer is just not starting.
Well, go back to 1 second because it will still run if you have it on 1 second.
Yeah.
So take out the trigger now and see what happens.
Yeah, now it's running on 1 second.
Okay. I don't know why it wasn't doing the trigger now thing.
I will keep it running, and now I will just bring the trigger now in and see if that maybe fixes the problem. Because maybe now it's running, now maybe it just now accepts the input and just triggers it now. It's as soon as I insert the trigger now, it kind of stops running. That's crazy.
It's also weird that I'm not getting, like, your panels are working fine. I'm just looking at the settings.
Yeah, take a look. Maybe it's set to...
And, like, the first one I set up works fine. But the new ones... The new ones I created don't. That is really bizarre. Hang on, let me see if I can... You know what? I'm just going to add more to this panel I already have and see if that makes
if
a
you
difference.
if you need any materials, grab what you can.
Oh, no, I'm just talking scripting stuff. I also... If I need materials, I'll just grind down something that's already here, and then let Igor fix it.
Yeah.
Right?
The nanites make things possible. I have the same. I need some steel plates.
I'll steal it from over here.
Here's something I can grind down. It has a lot of steel plates. Oh, a refinery. That's nice. It has everything I need. Yeah, we can. For some reason, we can just go with 1 second. Maybe it is multiplayer thing. I could just...
I think... Hang on. I'm going to see if this happens. And then all of a sudden we get it on both. Bizarre.
Or should we try another... Maybe set up another timer that just... although the trigger now didn't work at all.
I have no idea what's going on. This is just acting really strange.
It's another update problem, maybe? I don't know.
It could be. I don't know.
So now it's running through. You have added the information so that it shows power usage, it seems.
Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So the command I put in is I'm actually going to change it now that it's working. But this shows the top, in this case 10, but I'm going to drop it to 5. This will show the top 5 users of power. So right now it's your assemblers and your nanite cleanup 2, looks like. I'm gonna lower the font size just a little bit so we can see it all without it scrolling.
Let me take a look at I don't know how you do that at the moment. The font size.
How I did what?
The font size is a normal setting, or is that a setting that comes with the
yes,
script?
it is.
Okay.
No. Just the normal one on the screen.
The only thing you have is the
cool.
power used top, and then T is basically the start of a.
No. So T. Oh, I just realized I typed something in wrong. T : star tells it. So the T : is telling it only things on this grid. So if you bring a ship in and you dock it, it'll ignore anything on that ship.
Ooh,
the star. Good. Yeah, the star is telling it what specific item names. So star is simply everything. If you wanted to say, I only want to know which LCD panels have the highest usage, then you can do T : LCD.
Okay.
Or if you want to know which assemblers or which nanite factories, you just say T : that.
Is it?
There's other extended things that you can actually use built-in groups and that kind of thing.
Is it like Tim that if you just type in
no.
ASS
no
and then
no you have
no
to know
auto
the right
completion
no auto completion at all. I wish it would. But and he also expects the right capitalization and stuff like that. So you have to have T as a capital T : star. I spent a long time troubleshooting that one.
I can get used to that.
But Yeah. So yeah, and then so I pretty much always add in that T colon star just because I've always got ships docking and undocking, and most of the time I don't
Yeah.
care. Like if I want to know about what's on the ship, I'll go to the ship.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know. But there's a lot of fun, like a lot of little fun settings. Another one that's really handy that wouldn't really make a difference here, but if we were back up on your space station, the command oxygen will tell you about all of the different vents and whether, like, what the current pressure is, as well as whether it's leaking or not.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
definitely a thing I need for the space station because can you a possible readout, or is a readout possible? I don't think that I could say if I lose pressure here and there, then do this and that. That might not be possible. Or
Not with automatic LCDs, but there are a couple of other scripts that can do that kind of thing.
I
Some of them get way too complex. I played with one. I can't remember the name. I think was it Oxygen Lockdown? I think it was Oxygen Lockdown, which is also made by M Master, the same guy that does the LCDs. That one's really cool because what it does is the problem with that one is you have to create all these groups, like tons and tons of groups. But the cool thing is once you put that whole thing into place, if you get a hull breach or if somebody opens a door they shouldn't have or whatever, and a section of your ship depressurizes, all of the doors that you have configured will shut. Whether that's regular doors or airtight hangar doors or glass doors or whatever they are, you set up and you say, I want these specific doors to shut, and those all shut. And then it looks at the vents in those areas and only opens the doors that are between compressed areas. So if you've got 20 rooms and only one of them has a breach in it, now that was the only one that's sealed after the breach.
that sounds.
Everything else repressurizes, and then you just have to go fix it and then open the doors again.
This is what always kept me from using scripts. This sounds crazy.
Yeah. That one, I started to implement that one and went, never mind. I don't want to. I don't want to go this far. This is too much, because you had to configure, and it wouldn't just do that. It also would use sensors to identify who was in rooms and stuff like that, as well as I'm sorry, no, not sensors. It had sections for lights and sound blocks, so that if everything got depressurized or whatever, lights would turn on and flash, and sound blocks would turn on and start saying whatever.
It sounds amazing, but
it was very cool, but it was just too complex. It was just too much time to spend setting up.
No, I will not. Sorry, but can I just get a few type in this and then it works? So the thing for oxygen is just type in oxygen and it does all that automatically?
So what I like to do, and I really want this other panel to work, so I'm going to see if I can try it with this one. Oxygen.